Today we got called out to an apartment or condominium that has been closed up for I don't know how long, several weeks or some months. Unfortunately, they had some personal issues going on. They had a death, and then the other resident was just hospitalized, so no one's been here for a while. And suddenly one of the neighbors just reported a leak situation going on. So this is the problem when you have an apartment that's closed up for a while and no one there on a regular basis to see if there's any water leaks or damages going on, and they can get progressively worse when no one takes any action. So let's go take a look. Oh man, so I'm immediately hit with this pungent smell of mold, and this is the living room. I'm not going to show you too much for privacy, but this is the living room wall right here. There's just got a ton of mildew all over it, and yeah, as I said, it's really pungent. You can even see there's little spots right here all over, and there's some condensation even on the inside of the window. It doesn't look like the window's leaking, but that is really bad, and yeah, it's kind of hard to breathe in here. So I'm going through to the kitchen. I don't want to show you too much of the tenant's belongings or anything, but there's a big leak right here. The fridge has some stains coming from it, and let me see, inside the fridge is actually okay, but there's mold right there on the edge. And then leading over here to the AC closet, I just turned the AC off, and the pan is like full of water up here. I'll show you the AC. There was a little bit of frost on it. I've been here a while and it's kind of come off, but the coils were frozen up. This AC filter is now soaking wet, but there was like ice on here, and it's actually leaked so much down into here it's filled up the water heater pan right there, and this is all just soaking wet down here, completely wet. And this is dry right now, this puddle. So either this was another leak, or this is just every time the AC kind of turns on and off, it leaks and then it dries up again. And then right by these cabinets here, you can kind of see this is actually mold growing inside there. And this is what happens, especially in Florida. We have this humid climate. The AC might not be running because it might not be very hot, but then some more mold over here. But then what happens when it's not running and it's not very hot outside, it still gets very humid in here. So if no one's opening doors and windows or airing this place out, or running the AC at all, then this is what can happen when there's a water leak going on. This stuff, it gets in the air and then it just grows on any kind of surface that it can attach to. And unfortunately, when you have that AC running like that, it just spreads. Once it gets in the AC, it spreads throughout. So this place is going to have to be cleared out, and then I'll get some close-ups here, and then wipe down with mold killer throughout. And if this has penetrated the drywall, this might have to get cut out and removed. Okay, so what I've done right now is I've literally just turned the AC off. Now normally on a water leak situation, what you would do is you would turn the AC from cool to off and then your fan to on, and that will stop the cooling, so that whatever problem is going on with the AC causing it to leak, that situation will just stop. And then the fan, you want to set that to on, and that will help dry out the leak. Now, because we have this mold over here, we don't want the AC to be running at all. Instead, what we need to do is we need to get that leak fixed as soon as possible. And then because we have warm weather right now, we really don't want this place closed up for too long, because then that mold is going to explode even more with the heat. So therefore, we're going to need to get the leak fixed, turn the AC back on, and at the same time clear out all this mold with a good mold killer, and then kind of see what the state of the drywall is, from that point on. Now that we're out of here, thankfully I can breathe a little bit more right now. Not a good idea to breathe in that mold, because you really don't know what it is. There's thousands of different types of mold. A lot of times tenants contact us and say, I got black mold, just because it's kind of dark in color. Black mold is a very toxic, lethal mold that they can actually kill. It's very, very rare. Most of the time it's not black mold, it's just some kind of non-toxic kind of mold. But a lot of these can cause, allergies, rashes, and things like that. So none of them are good for you, especially not to breathe in. And as I said, different people are allergic to them. We've had a situation before in another unit. They weren't running their AC, and they were just letting the place get humid, no airing out of the apartment, and suddenly they just started getting mold growth throughout. It was a very weird situation. At first we were looking for leaks and everything, until we realized no, they just were not running the air conditioning, and that acts as a dehumidifier. It takes the moisture out of the air, and they were getting rashes over their bodies. Actually had to go to the doctor. So that was an interesting situation to go through. But I hope this video is informative. I hope you understand sort of the dangers of leaving an apartment vacant for a while. These things can happen while no one is here, and then if left unchecked, they can get just worse and worse. So it's a good idea to have someone that you know, or even a neighbor, come check on the place every so often to make sure, to help avoid these situations from happening. I'm Oliver with Morgan Property Solutions. Like and subscribe to see more videos.